Hello. So hey everyone, for today, I wanted to look back at all my builds in 2024, even just the ones that I haven't finished or won't plan to finish, but I wanted to look back at my builds for last year and see if I have plans for those builds this year. So yeah, let's start. So we have some builds in 2024. You could see we had seven. Yeah, seven builds. That's so much better than last year. But we started with the small suburban revamp. So this is one of Bloxburg's previous pre-builds before they uh changed it. So this was how it looked like before, and this is how it looks like now. I think I used like 30k more to the actual house because this is I think 50k. I don't remember. But I tried using the same budget and it didn't look that much better, but I used 80k here, which for a single story house with almost no game passes, I think I did a pretty good job. Really like this house. My favorite part is this thing, this hanging cups, since it's like the only thing that I did custom on this house. But overall, I'm happy with the layout and everything. It works for a family house. It's a bit like dull. They kind of like it for this aesthetic. If I were to change things, it's probably the closets and stuff since I still needed to work on a budget for this house. Yeah. We pretty much have everything that the original house had, but I utilized this space more so that it used less space for hallways and just overall made the flow a bit better than the old house. You can see the footprint's a bit bigger compared to this one, but at the same time, the rooms are better arranged in my opinion. And for this house, we have a separate dining area. So I have a video on that if you guys want to see. So let's move on to the next house. Oh, 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 I clicked the main menu. Okay, oh, never mind. I click go to house. So next is the coconut. So this is actually an unfinished build that I don't think I have the energy to finish just because this was before Bloxburg added their own plants that are actually good and I want to use. So this is like decal plants galore. Let's let it load. It's like one of the few tropical houses I was working on, and I do like this house. I really like how it looks, but I don't know if I'll finish it, and I don't think I even have the footage of this build still with me. Like the custom trees, stuff like that. And kind of really like just how this feels. The entrance. Oh, did I crash? Oh, I did crash. Let's go back to this house we were looking at. But I really like this thing here. I think this build looks cool at night, so let's change the time. So exterior wise, a bit dark outside, but I think a pretty light. It's like concrete aesthetic, the dark tropical vibe. And you see the lights pop out, and you can see the light underwater, which looks really cool. I feel like this landscaping moment. So inside, it's not really done inside. This is the furthest I've done. So we have the ground floor, very modern. We have the kitchen, the backsplash. This is actually that like tile texture. It looks really cool as the backsplash. Fridge. Over here we have like a walkthrough. It like opens up, so it's actually see through here. You go to the pool outside. And it also has that lighting effect that it looks really cool at night. Then we have the dining area here. What I don't like about this house, it's a bit cramped. It's hard to get back with all the decor and stuff. But if I leave it out, it's so empty. So we have the bedroom here. Very simple bedroom. Also, this was the time I was obsessed with like the rust texture with the teal because it looks like copper with patina, and I really like that look as well. Office space here. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about this house. Although I like this house, I don't know if I have the energy to finish it because there's so much bedrooms. This was supposed to be like the main suite with the bathroom here. I don't like this vibe. It's very hard, and they have like an outdoor tub, which you see also in like one of my other builds. We call that the mansion. I think that's the next thing we'll show. So that's about it for this house. It's like a more detailed version and a more tropical version of the modern hillside. So yeah. So let's go to the next one. So this is the pre-built that I did for Bloxburg, the first one, and it's the modern hillside mansion. Actually, I had two options when I was thinking on how to do it. One is this, a brutalist type thing, which I prefer more than the other one, which is like those quite modern mega mansions. There's something just in me that doesn't like those types of houses. I don't like mega mansions in general. Like personally, as someone who would be living in them, they're just too big of a space. I like the layout that it had a central tower that actually worked out. Since I was already planning on using all the floors, having the central tower was gonna be important and maintaining flow and circulation throughout the space. So I'm glad it worked out, and I separated the spaces so that it would make sense. Like in my opinion, it makes sense. So we have like a drawing room. So this is the first living room you'll see. It goes outside, and we have the guest bedroom here. So for me, it makes sense. If you have guests over that will stay, they will go here, pack your bags over there. So over here, then it's like already a private area for the people. So we have a bathroom here, which could be used by the people who enter. We have the gym here, which is also I put the gym here so that it has a buffer with the bedrooms, which are a private space. And over here we have the basketball court that's accessible from the gym. And over here we have two bedrooms. Pretty simple. They have their own bathrooms. I won't show everything. I have a tour of this build, but yeah. And downstairs is like the main family zone. So we have this. This is like the less formal living room. So we have sitting area here, the kids' desks area here. This could be turned to like a bar or something. Then we have more bedrooms here. So we have three bedrooms here. So like the kids one. Are asking me of a tutorial for this one, but it's pretty simple. It's just windows, roofs, and what do you call this? Beds. And over here we have like the maid's quarters. I tried my best to making every room have a window, and this is the only one without, so I put them in. Then over here, what was once a bowling area, so now it's the theater, like the cinema, very cool, very fancy. A bit different stuff for the whole house. Over here is the main living space with the living, dining and kitchen. Over here we have like the butler's pantry or the dirty kitchen. So if you want to cook while not making the main kitchen messy, you go here. Also have a freezer at the back. Other main areas of this house is the outdoor pool with the infinity pool. Really like this. People are asking how I put like the real water on the second floor. But if we actually look at the whole house, this is the ground floor and this is the basement. So that's just like a bit of forced perspective, which I do a lot. So this is actually just half a floor down. It gives the illusion of going down a little bit more. And having the landscaping like this doesn't really give the sense that you're actually in the basement since it's very open. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. But here we have like outdoor stuff. And I think that's enough. Oh wait, we have also the main suite in the garage. So let's just visit that. So we have their office here and like their whole bathroom setup. So we also have like the outdoor tub. I'm like obsessed with the idea of like having your own sublets open to nature, but you're still private. You have the closet and the bed. So yeah. And lastly, we have the garage, which it's a lot, of course. Actually, the garage was the main point in determining the style. It was supposed to look a lot more futuristic, but as I was building the budget, I already spent like 100K or something like that on just the garage, and I knew that it won't work. So I made it a lot more simple. So next house. So this is Bloxborough, Bloxborough. I don't know how they say it, but this was the renovation I did for Glossy's pre-built. Since her pre-built had like another empty house, I wanted to try my own take on the English townhouse. The only thing I don't have is a basement. I wanted to put the basement, but I already added another floor, which added too much space for this house. Overall, I like the improvements I put. It had more contrast compared to this one, but at the same time, I had access to a lot more items compared to hers. Like I had this custom window thing, which she wouldn't be able to do due to the limitations of pre-built building. So as we enter, we have like a colorful living room, a dining room, and kitchen. I really like this kitchen and this main house outdoor thing. I'm planning on the build, like a challenge for my next video, and I'm wanting to put like something similar to this or that. So upstairs you have like a very basic elevated bathroom, the kids' room, and the kids' bedroom. So yeah. And over here we have the primary suite, which is the parents' bedroom. His and hers closets and a very large bathroom. And finally at the top floor we have like a family room and an office. So really proud of how this turned out, like just windows, stuff like that. But yeah, it's just the pre-built. It's pretty much the same layout. I just removed the basement and put it at the top. So let's move on to the next floor. Here's like the bank. So the bank, I really like this build. This was supposed to be part of the town series that I don't think I'll work on. At least maybe I'll use it for different plots, but I was thinking of like having multiple town buildings all around. But yeah, I only stopped at the back. Really like the back, the colors and stuff. Really cute. So we have ATM machine, the bank itself. We have restrooms, offices. Upstairs we have like the main office. And downstairs we have the vault. Do you remember how to open this? I just press E. Oh yeah. I really like this build actually. It was really fun. It reminded me of my old build since I used to do a lot of city builds. Really fun. You have the security office here. For this decals, you just like screenshot what's going to be on the cameras. So that's about it. So next build. We have so this was a build I wanted to do. I wanted to do like a beach plot build, and I didn't want to do like only one house for the beach, and I didn't want to do multiples of the same house on one beach. So I tried like three vastly different styles for this beach plot, and I think I succeeded with that. So if you think about it, it's like three eras. So this is like very vernacular. This is more traditional and this is more modern. So as you can see, this one's inspired by the Bahay Kubo, uh, vernacular Filipino house. Oh, I've always wanted to do like a modern Bahay Kubo type of build, and this was my attempt on it. It's a bit big, but it's like a vacation home that isn't really supposed to be stayed at for a long time. That's why it's like an Airbnb type of thing. So there's like planters here. It was supposed to be a bed. If you wanted a full tour, there's a tour. Yes. Okay. Outside we have like I didn't change it today. I forgot. I didn't show you the other plots at night. So that's this house. So this house is the last one I uploaded, but this is actually the first one I built. Really happy with this house. I don't want to change anything to it. Maybe the layout upstairs, because I really wanted this part to have this fountain so that the master suite is a lot more special. It's not really a big deal, and I really love the colors. So it's very neat. If you want the full tour, once again, we have that. And over here, we have a mid-century modern one. So very angular, very boxy in form, but it's also really cool. Obviously, they have like their own similar elements. Like all of them are like open concept. They try to connect you to the outdoors as much as possible. Since it is a beach plot, like you wouldn't want to distance yourself from this if you're like living near a beach. Like you should embrace it even if you're living on the beach. So really happy with this beach too. Like the textures and colors just work out. It really looks like the waves are crashing onto the water or onto the sand. Also, we have this expensive palm trees. It's like why I don't like custom trees. Also, why I like custom trees. They're so expensive, but they really make your builds look a lot more better. They look a lot better. Imagine if this were like the normal trees. The impact that realistic trees really add on builds is really nice. I want to few videos with custom flats too. So yeah. So I think that's it for this house or this build. Next house, not the house. Oh, it's so this is my last build of this year. I haven't showed it here. I don't know if I showed it on my socials, but this is probably one of my bigger builds this year as well. If you haven't seen it, it's the pre-built, it's the other pre-built I've made. It's the Kingsridge Keep. So this is a 800K build. If you don't know, you could actually get it if you go to the pre-built houses and scroll down. You'll see Kingsridge Keep by its Lowkey. That's me. I made this. So this build is actually a lot more challenging than you'd expect because you only have 800K to build a whole castle. Like I already had to use like flooring as water just because I couldn't afford actual water because that would eat like half my budget, and you have to use a lot of techniques just to make this castle look like very bigger than it actually is. So this build uses a lot of forced perspective. If you don't know what that is, it's like normally if you see objects from further away, they appear a lot smaller. So if you make them closer but a lot smaller, it would have the same effect of them looking like farther away but bigger. So if you actually see this castle looks a lot bigger than it actually is, but once we get inside, you can see the size of that door. It's not really, this castle isn't really that big if you go close to it. But since I made the window smaller, this thinner, and just everything up top a lot smaller, it gives that illusion of it being really big from far away. So let's start with the entrance. So one of the main points I wanted is when you enter the castle. It's framing the castle perfectly centered. So that's one of the really cool things I like. I wanted to have a lot of really nice views for this town. One sad thing about this build is there's a lot of empty interiors. They all had interiors, but it wasn't like special enough to keep. I'd rather improve the interiors of other spaces that needed improvement, like the castle itself. So that's why his interiors are simple. Also, it's like the medieval times, it's a lot simpler back then. They don't even have bathrooms, so you're asking why the build has only few bathrooms and bedrooms. That's probably why. So here we have the inn. Oh, we have the inn. Oh my god, stop. We have the inn here. We have the bedrooms here. Pretty simple. And I don't know why I'm doing it very detailed. So I also like this thing. I don't know how to call it, but they look very cool and they like separate your spaces. So this is like a different district. This looks like the market district. So this is where you buy your stuff and yeah. And I really like the view here from the market stalls for the castle, really cool. And it's a lot more secluded compared to the open court with the fountain. So we have more buildings here. I actually don't know which buildings have interiors, but all the interiors are pretty much the same. Over here is like the lumberjacks forest. So you imagine this would be going towards a more dense forest. So we have like chopped wood over here, and the lumberjack's supposed to like hang out here, chopping the wood to like lumber. Then if you go back, we have like the entrance to the castle. So there's like three different districts: the shopping, the farming area. It's close to the water, and over here would be like the stables for the animals. And actually, there's supposed to be another area. So you see, there's like ruined castles over here. This is actually supposed to be the beginning of bandit camp. So thieves from the forest, other side of the forest, would like have an entrance over here towards the castle where they could steal like the treasures and stuff. But I didn't have enough budget to fully put that, but I add remnants not only to uh just to keep it, but it actually makes the castle bigger and utilizes like this part of the plot since in most of my builds, I want to utilize most of the plot I want. The large plot, it's pretty much up to the edge. So let's go to the castle. So this is the castle. You've seen it. Really happy with how this turned out. And there's like similar cases here, and it's like symmetrical on two axes. So I really like that. But before that, let's go to the training grounds because I almost forgot. So this is the training grounds where the knights train. We have the barracks over here with like the bedrooms upstairs. Then over here, you have the training grounds with like a custom they call this the archery thing. Bullseye. Yeah, and we have like this thing that was supposed to be like the bows that the archers use. So this is like one of the few custom things on this build. I say this is custom, but it's really just the seed bag on a hat rack. Then over here we have the dungeons or the jail cells. So if you've seen other people's tours, they might have fallen down that hole at the door. It's like one of the traps I put so that if there was someone to invade the castle, they'd fall straight to the thing. And we have like a room here for someone, probably in the previous game. There's some storytelling for this build, but I didn't want it to be like very concrete since I wanted people to have the opportunity to put a story in for themselves. So we have the king's bedroom here. It's the double bed with their own balcony. Also, another thing for this build, I should have went in the other way. My bad. So let's go back out. Not go this way. Let's go through the front door like normal people. So we go up here. We have the gargoyle, guards the castle. And we see the castle from this side. I was contemplating on whether to make the castle really fancy or much more medieval, and I went more for the more rustic route since one, we didn't have much budget, and two, I like the aesthetic more. And it fit better with like the villages. Uh, it looked like this the kingdom was actually not corrupt. Like, imagine they have really fancy stuff. At least this one had a lot more humble things in the house. So we have like a kitchen here. Actually, there's only a cooktop on this kitchen. You need to add a stove if you want an oven. Over here, we have the living room with a piano and the library. Over upstairs, you have the throne room, and over here we have the only lookout tower that is actually accessible. Since there's a lot of custom stuff and I wasn't allowed to use that much basic shapes, I really only used the cone basic shapes for this whole build. So I'm really proud of that as well. So that meant that like this space up top is inaccessible since I couldn't use basic shapes, so I had to rely on other stuff. Like this is a roof, since you couldn't build or there was something about it that made it difficult to build uh a lake. How do you say this? Like there's something since this is also like pillars resized, it was just difficult to build over on these areas, especially since it's like only a 3 by 3 area, which isn't that much space for bedrooms since for this scale of house at least. So I had to resort to going downstairs for the bedrooms, and my only strategy for the bedrooms is for every bedroom to have access to like natural light. So that's why this bedroom has the balcony, and this bedroom also has a window, but I try to cover them up so it's not as noticeable from outside. So it still looks like fortified and stuff like that. So what else? We have the bathroom. It's really cute. I really like this bathroom for like for even just like a medieval one. So it also has a window that has access to like the light below. So that's it for this build. If I missed something, oh, this thing, it's just the house. But that's it for builds I did this year. But I actually also had projects of renovating some older builds. Pretty much there's only one thing that worked. So I was planning on revamping this, but I just do it little by little and I'm not even recording it. It's just something I do for fun. You've probably seen this on if you watched my butterflies video. The school that you've seen is actually the Bloxy High School, but I've been changing some stuff around just to make it what do you call that? Just to optimize the lag and plot data, but as well as to modernize some stuff that I did. I think about this build is that we really couldn't finish it because of the plot data restrictions. Although this is like 86% right now, it's still a bit empty compared to before since it's not really done. But the new items really helped make it easier into finishing this build. So let me show you some stuff I've done. Honestly, the exterior's changed a bit. It's a lot cleaner than before. I forgot if I changed the texture that much. Forgot how it looked like before, but I think this was brick. Now it's wood. I need to change it back to brick. I forgot how it looked like before. I'm happy with how this looks right now, so probably won't change it. I've been using the updated textures. And let's see. There's some stuff that I haven't changed as well. This teacher's lounge, still the same as before. Really like the furniture here. A bit repetitive with the plants and stuff, but works. We have the student council room still being fixed. Also, we use the chairs, like the new desk, since it's a lot cheaper than the custom ones. We have the cafeteria. I think this one's reworked a bit. So I have the bento lunches. Really cute. Really like the rice ball that I made. It's really nice. Tonkatsu and like fish and we have like karage, like fried chicken things. And that's it. We have also like custom bags and stuff. So yeah. So, a classroom. I think there's only one finished classroom here, and I filled it with like a bunch of mini me's. So this is like a finished classroom. And like a bunch of clones of me. They're like in different hairs. I like planned for the hair. So I haven't removed them, but they're like just statues of me. It's kind of creepy. You stare at it for so long. But they were like here, and I was just talking here. I was just talking here, doing my class. And I really like the clutter of the classroom here. Everything's color coded too. It's kind of cute. So I forget other classrooms are updated. I don't think so. They just have stuff. They have desks and stuff. So this was supposed to be like a group work uh classroom. This is I think an exam, but there hasn't been any clutter put in yet. Then upstairs I think it's just uh like basic classrooms that haven't been. Over here is the gym. It's not been updated. I just put the training stuff here. Over here is supposed to be like an auditorium that hasn't been worked on yet. Over here, I like this room. This is the nurse's office. I think we updated this. I forgot. I forgot the old one and the new one, but I think we're updating this to be a lot smaller. Because before I think it reached over there, but now it's a lot smaller, and we have like a bathroom here for the staff. With here we have the the science laboratory. Really like this thing. It's like the emergency shower that has like really dirty water since no one ever uses it. We have like the science lab, and I think we still have the microscopes. So yeah, the microscopes from before. This is custom made from beams. So this was before basic shapes. So this was all beams. It was a struggle to make. I'm really glad people have transform plus now. Unless they would want to struggle like with custom stuff before. Um and we have the art class over here. I don't think there's anything custom here. Yeah, there's nothing custom here. And empty classroom upstairs. Okay, that's not the right stairs. So here you go. So the stairs was also like redone to be a bit better. Just show it. Yeah. It was different before. You have railings now, stuff like that. This is the home ec room, which is where you cook. This is where you cook. It's like a test kitchen thing. You have like different stations for people, and you have places to get their stuff. And over here is like the teacher's office. Pretty simple. Is there anything else? Oh, the computer lab. So this is just fake computers, but there are some real ones. But when I was testing this build, I was wondering what was making everything so laggy. I found out that the computers are and TVs cause a lot of lag in game, which is something you need to know when you're making like stuff like these. It's better to use like custom stuff. This is a picture frame on a basic shape with like a basic shape for a keyboard and another basic shape for the mouse. And this is like a custom PC set. So yeah, I really like this room though. I like the ceiling lights. It's very office like. I think. Oh no, it's not the same for the other rooms. Yeah. So we have the library. This had decals for the shelves, but it's being reworked. I don't know if I would finish this. I want to finish it though, since it is one of my favorite builds. Since just the aesthetic of it all looks really nice. But yeah, that's like what I'm working on for this build. Maybe I'll just show all my plots. Well, I'll just show my plots. So one project I want to do for this year is rebuilding the zoo. Probably not like to the team. I'm planning to make it multiple plots. I don't know if it's two or three plots, but I want to make it multiple plots. So this is nostalgic. I haven't opened this for like oh. So this was before basic shapes, before beams, structural stuff like that. So we had to rely on stuff like washing machines and microwaves to make our custom stuff. So we have like the lion and the giraffe. So this is a really old build. if you think about it. But this was like the first build that got me into like content creation. And this was me being bored during the pandemic. So yes, so really like this too. That's my favorite build still because it's a bit it's very special for me. So we have like lions, the monkeys, really cute too. I made these decals too. It's not that special, but it's really fun doing. An ice cream truck, you can see everything we had to do before basic shapes. This is like a roof. Then we have like decals for wheels that go into the ground. This is like the uh the hood on the stove. So we had to get really creative, which I miss doing on seeing on older build or newer builds, I mean. Since a lot of people just go on basic shapes directly. And I don't really like that idea since one, it's expensive and two, it's a bit boring. I want to see more special applications of stuff, but I understand it. So we have penguins, really cute. I miss them. So we have polar bears. So we have the fishes here. They all have like the black light box for their eyes. But now that you could resize them, they shouldn't have to be so big. So we have crabs here, like a crusty crab at the back, an octopus. Really proud of this octopus. Fuckerfish that are too big, lizard, snakes, frogs. Oh, what I'm really proud is the birds. This was also before the floating hack, where you use carpets to make things float. So you had to like use large grid placements and stuff to make things look like place things on top of each other. So this is like a peacock, a toucan. So you see, I used like large grid and placed the toucan to the edge of this so it looks over like it looks like it's floating with other birds and stuff. And eagles. This feels so cold. I feel so cold now. They have like hippos, tortoises, we have the cafe, alligator, have like lions, elephants, giraffes, horses, wow. We have the zoo vet, like a clinic, and office over here. Oh no, it's not the office. There's just the office. And over here we have like pictures of people visiting. This is so nostalgic. That's it. Don't mind these. These are glitched plants. But yeah, it's like one of my favorite ones ever. Just because it brings in a lot of good memories. But also this was the start of the pandemic, which I don't know if people would like that as a good memory. What else? Oh, this one. Probably the most proudest thing that I did was this dinosaur fossil. This was a lot more detailed, but it was so laggy that I had to like redid some stuff. But this was before basic shapes. Like imagine how hard it is. Like I had to use this thing. This is a shell to hide like and to have stuff to be able to put like milk jugs and posters and like the pink boxes. So yeah, this was a really difficult build. Really happy with how it turned out, but especially now you've seen like other people's fossils. It's a lot more detailed compared to this. It just shows how old this build is. That's it for this one. Let's go to our next build. I'm actually planning on rebuilding, rebuilding the animals and making a bigger zoo. And part of that is the farm animals on this build. So the thing I'm planning is to have like a farm section for the zoo with like a petting zoo and stuff. So I wouldn't have to rebuild a whole zoo, a whole farm. So this was the first application of the custom trees that I made. So this used the floating trick that used carpets on top of what do you call this? Carpets on top of roofs or basic shapes. And if you place an item on it, you delete the roof and the carpet, the item keeps on floating. So that's like the application of that. So I use bushes and rocks, boulders to have it. trees. So this is a bit of a lucky build as well, since it's before like custom some stuff could be customized. So we have like wirings here using what do they call this? That napkin thing that's scrolled with a ring. So that's it. That this is an umbrella. Yeah. So this is a lot of weird stuff for build hacks. And this is the toaster dog I was talking about. It's really cute. So this is the tractor that we have already in game, but this one is not functional. So that's one. We have plants over here, and also this is 1.5 million. Oh, most of it is from the animals. So we have a garden over here. There's like a dog house. And then over here with the back entrance. So it's the greenhouses. This just like wraps around the house. We have like this is the farmhouse. I think this had some changes. I don't know. Looks a bit different from what I remember. It's from when I built it. I don't know if it's just me, but really like this build. It's very old, and I used Nougat. I know how you say it. That lighting. It's not livid. It's a bit warmer than livid. So, really like this build. It's very cozy and warm. This kitchen. It's one of my favorite kitchens. Just like the colors. I just like green and orange together. So, up. We have bedrooms here. I don't know why I'm touring it fully, but I just want to see my old books once again. Really, it shows how much I changed and how much the game changed as well. Like, look at this. See that? We didn't have square or triangle roofs. We had to rely on like plates and these. What even are these? I think these are cut the knife blocks or for slanted roof. You see the desperation there for like details and stuff. Your bathroom and your bedroom. Be simple though. These builds are laggy though. Expect that. Oh, oh, another thing. Before basic shapes, this was the way we did the corner kions. I think they're called kions or something. It's this is how you do them. You had to use lights that are turned off, so you couldn't even use power boxes on your plot. And look at this. Since this is sunken down to the ground, we had to use crates. You can see that everything that every build hack that we had to do before basic shapes, which is really interesting. This is how you did stairs before. It's like different items since you couldn't stack them on top of each other. So this is the chicken coop. I really like this chicken design though. I don't know if I did like a lot of chicken designs. I don't know why. This one okay. This is this reminds me of like Stardew Valley chickens. And I've been playing Stardew Valley. I started like this year. Yeah. And these candles are supposed to be their eggs. I have a lot of chickens in the back too, like turkeys and stuff. And over here are the greenhouses. Very simple though for the greenhouse. I like using the curved planters to like have interest. But I don't think there's anything like custom on this one. For here, we have because the plants. This is like squash, but it's just two pumpkins on top of each other. And over here, we have like the duck pond with custom ducks. They're a bit similar to the chicken, so it's not that special. They're really cute. I like the salt and pepper eyes. And over here, we have the orchard. Then over here, oh, also, this, we didn't have the apple basket before, so we had to place the apples one by one on baskets to make them. Oh my god. Oh wow. The amount of uh stuff that they added that would make this world so much better. Uh, so we have pigs. I really like these pigs. They turned out so well. So, custom pigs. It's a bit blocky. I don't know if I would rebuild if I were to rebuild the animals, if to make them more smooth or keep them blocked. That's the thing I'm contemplating on. But I'm planning on rebuilding the animals just to make them easier. But also they would be a lot more expensive compared to these versions. So Just keep that in mind if you're ever going to be following what I would be planning on posting. But I don't know if I'll do it yet. So here we have the horses. Actually, really proud of these horses. It's like a lot of the paint boxes. It's like the core of this build, the paint boxes, but you couldn't resize. So yeah, we have that. Oh, the lag. Oh, oh, I crashed. Oh no. You see. You see. I didn't expect this video to be so long. I'll probably cut a lot of it. I don't think I'll even edit it properly. So let's go back. So we have the horses. Let's use free cam. So that I think that's less lag. So over here is the donkey. And all that's different with the this different about this with the horse. I think it's the nose. Yeah. But it's the donkey. Then over here we have the cows, the goats, the sheep. This is the goat. This is the sheep. This is the cows. This is the bull. So that's it. So we have the barn here and the silos. Overall, I'm happy with this build. It was a lot of a challenge, especially. Oh wow, I forgot this. People don't really realize how difficult this was to do. Since you see this, that's placed on top of this. Like, imagine, it's like you see them cake stands stacked on top of each other. That's how you do this. Wow. For one moment, I thought I missed building before, but it was actually so hard. Like to this roof, you have to use carpets, stuff like that. We have it so much easier now. But it's fun to look back on like the different techniques they use on builds. So let's move on to the next one. This is probably the reason why I haven't done any other Christmas build after the first one. Because I really think this one's like the best thing I could ever do for Christmas. And I don't think I could do anything better than it. Just because this one had everything I wanted in a Christmas town. Let's let it all go. Let's also make it I not please keep the setting. What? Weird first? No. Oh. Save. Save. There we go. Oh wow! This is where my other car is. I think looking for this one. Wow. Okay, that's the good news. So this is my North Pole. This is probably the best Christmas build I'll ever do. That's why I won't be doing one again. And also this was before basic shapes, but after structurals. But a lot of the builds I think this is around structurals, but this was the time where we only had like a few things we could custom place, which are rods, the neon lights, and ropes and garlands. That's the only thing we could do. So we were still limited to the stuff we could do. So these were garlands, the roof design was garlands, so stuff like that. So this build is the North Pole. I have another tour for this build. So this build is like the epitome of forced perspective since you could see the smaller trees are up higher just because they want to look farther away. We also have the roof, mountain, right beside, so it actually reaches the maximum building height you could ever do. And these trees are not resized. These are the old Christmas trees that we had. So really, this is an old build, and I even had to do trees that are covered halfway just so that I could further sell the illusion of it being further away. Also, this factory looks smaller. It's really small up close, but it looks big from far away. I don't know if I fully made the illusion, but it really helps. It still works, but I don't know if it fully works. But so actually, so there's two trains. We have like a generic Christmas train with all the gifts. So it's hard like coal, so going to the tunnel. And we have the Polar Express. This like one of the Polar Express I did. This was seeing this. And remembering that we have basic shapes now makes me wonder how would I do this. I don't know if it would look any different, but look, I'm using barbells for the wheel. I even remember doing some of these. Well, it's been that long. We have this as icicles for the sides. This wasn't my hack. The Toy Story here. Up or down, or it's the ice skating rink. So this is technically the North Pole. So this should be the North Pole. I don't know if people understood that since it's very hidden away. So we have souvenir shop. It had a sign, but I actually hit over body the limit and it removed that. And it was actually the wrong spelling. I was trying to change it, but it didn't work. So we have a bakery and the Christmas trees. It's just when I was displaying stuff since I didn't open it for tours. But when I opened one slot for tour, every item I placed was also removed. So that's why I avoid openings as much. But I still want to do them, but it's hard to schedule right now. So I have couches here. So this is actually somewhat custom since normal couches are too big. So I have this one, clothing stores, and the map, post office. Then we have the train goes to the Santa's workshop. Really like this. I wish we had the actual icicles. This would look so cool. So this is the Santa's workshop. We have like wheels, carts here, over here. Wow, it's like Santa Tycoon. So it's so old, but literally laid out like a tycoon. It doesn't make sense if you think about it, but it just wanted it to look like a factory, and every conveyor is like making different stuff. And upstairs is where you gift wrap. Downstairs is where they make the toys, different toys. So imagine this is like the carving. They carve the rocks into the frogs, then they paint it, goes up. There's like different bricks that they assemble to be the noobs. Then they send it up. And over here is where they make the plushies. So these snowballs are actually supposed to be like stuffing, and they sew it and stuff it out. And this is like scissors, they cut the fabric, and they send it up. So it's similar for they call this the nutcrackers. They have the fabric, they cut stuff, and they send it up. Then over here, it's the same thing. Really wanted it to make sense. And over here is where they gift wrap it for color. So you see different stuff being packed up and sent to this conveyor line that goes up here, towards here. One will go here, the other will go here. There is someone checking if the gifts are good, someone checking upstairs if the gifts are good, and then they go down here to be collected by the train over there. That's that's a lot. So big. So yes, you see that even the gifts are dropping down. So upstairs we have Santa's office. Here, Santa's office with like his list of naughty and nice. And we have like a toy train here. I forgot I did this. I just saw it and remembered it. It's really cute. So see him. He made that good. So I spoiled it. So if you go here, we go to the mine. So this is the coal mines. Story wise, if you're naughty, you'd be sent here to mine for the like rest of your life. So it's a bit sad, but that's what happens. And over here is the picture of the queen. I forgot this thing. It's so funny because it follows you. It's like an illusion thing where if you put the thing behind, it like follows you around. So, it's really cute. So the cringe makes the children work and not the bad kids. I think that's it for this build. Yes. Oh, yes, I forgot. We have another penguin. Really like custom animals if you can't tell. So we have a penguin going on vacation. Because I think they're from the South Pole. I don't remember. This one has a camera. So cute. This was Gumdrops. Now we have like the round basic shape. So I don't know even why I stocked up. But at the same time, they made the gumdrops tickets. So I won on that. So we have also a custom tree that used the actual lawn ornaments as the ornaments for the tree. I think that's it for this build. It's really big build. It's a really big build. It's one of my favorite builds of all time. Probably the best Christmas build I could ever make. Since this took so much work. I started this November and like I ended at like Christmas time 6 a.m. So that's how long it took me. And I had to buy money because I couldn't work to finish it since I wouldn't have time. This is like so this is my favorite build. I want to build another Christmas build once again, but I really want to avoid like Santa's workshop or the North Pole Village since I don't know if I could build something that would live up to this. Since even looking at it now, I think it still works for this year as like it doesn't look that outdated. Maybe for some items it would, but still looks good for me. So I think that's it for my 2020 builds. Let's check 2021. They already showed the Bloxy High School. Now I could show in the Paris. So Paris, this is another collab with Lucas. So you probably know this build. I've seen a lot of people redo this build, which makes me really happy. I like seeing people build the Eiffel Tower because they share the pain that I had. So this is the Eiffel Tower. Really proud of this. Probably the best recreation I have made. It's very accurate to the real thing, and it goes up to the build limit. So that's one plus. Look up. Let's see. Oh, it's detailed, has lights and everything up front. So yeah, this is the Eiffel Tower. Probably seen it. You've seen it. Yes. Oh yeah, this is the Eiffel Tower. Really worked hard on it. I spent like 2 days straight building this, like straight. I slept, but that was the only thing I was doing that day. Over here we have Coeptus statue, long live Coeptus. He's on a horse, so this is another version of a custom horse. It's a bit messy though, but this was just memes. This was before basic shapes, I think. Yeah, this was like for the this was like the introduction of the normal beams, like the straight square beams. This is when they added that in the rods. So I think this is before basic shapes. Since I don't think we have anything that's basic shapes here. Yeah, you don't. It's pretty much custom stuff still. So this is beans and stuff. So yeah, we have like an ice cream shop and what call this? Gift shop, and like we have a small apartment that was done by Lucas. So yeah, I really like his style is so cute. It's like he's the OG IG builder, right? So, but what else? So over here we have what do you call this? Like a cafe and like storefronts. So that's it. This had fruits, but again, they took it out. Uh, really like this actually is max plot date I think before the plus 20, and a challenge of that is these things you had to change it to decals. So this is actually a decal. I think a lot of people use these decal since I've been seeing it on people's builds. I don't think they even know it's mine. I'm having fun seeing people use it. Since it's actually a really nice way to conserve plot data on really large builds. Especially if you're gonna use it on buildings you won't even like utilize the inside, or it allows you to have a different inside for buildings. So that's really special about this. If you could use that. There's like a few different variants for both of our plots. So we also have like this one, which is like reddish brown, reddish gray. It's like another beige, cloudy gray, something like that. Overall, this plot, the main focal point is Tycho Power. The Eiffel Tower is like half of the plot data, and I think over half of the budget, or at least or around half of the budget. Wait, now that I think about it, I think it's just a third, since I think it's like around 500. You don't remember, but still, it's like one of the builds I'm most proud of, guys. You had to make it symmetrical on all four sides. So let's move on. 21. I already showed the high school that I was working on. So next is the tropical getaway. I have more builds, but I delete some builds. I delete builds I won't use or I don't plan on using. And I delete builds that are not expensive enough to be kept. Although there are some builds I would have wanted to keep. I didn't have Bloxburg back then to have so much blocks. So this is the tropical getaway. There were some changes. Not that I wanted to change them, but I had to fix them since some stuff failed to load and I had to replace some stuff. But I think now they're fixed. I almost like I think this one is a lot more lush than before. Or than uh, it should be more lush than it is now. But this is the tropical getaway. So let's start in the living room, kitchen, dining room. So this is the time where I kept doing custom stuff. Custom chairs, custom cabinets, custom seating, pillows, custom dresser. Like everything's custom and beams. So this is like the custom they call this closet, the bed, custom. Like, I'm so glad they added new bedding. Custom beds are so much easier now. Like, customized. So we have like a door here that doesn't actually work since I think all these. The accordion door. And we have like a waterfall. Really like this waterfall. Very tropical. So we also have this bathroom. Really like it. We have bedrooms downstairs. Bedroom one. Carpets, like multiple carpets stitched together like this. And we have a bathroom again. Then the kids' bedroom. So this was changed to be cribs, but it was actually just this bed mirrored because someone role played here. I think Amber. I forgot, but this was years ago. So yeah, we have also luggage here, and here we have other backlit. Yes, I like these luggages by the way. They're not big. So probably the infinity pool or not really. It's just a pool. It's no longer infinity. But we have a pool here and outdoor dining. These chairs were so hard to make. And just remembering how hard it is to do. And we have this, the kitchen, downstairs we have like a lounge. And over here we have the coral reef. Looks better now, but it was so blurry before. But back then it was clear as the water was clear, and this was actually so nice to look at underwater. It's still good, but no. Over here we have like a very shallow water because we have a ski. What do you call this? Jet ski. But it's actually just the snowmobile, and they just uh, put it on top of water or white basic sheets on top of or with carpets on top that's colored to be this texture so that you could use it and it's really fast. And over here we have like a beach area type. So yeah. I wanted to do custom trees on this build, but look at the price. It's already 3 million. The house itself is like 7 million or 700,000. So with the water, it increased by a lot, and with the plants as well, since there's a lot of palm trees, it increased by a lot as well. So if you've seen the trees from the beach plot, I don't know how it would look like on this one. I think the palm trees work well here, but I don't know if it would work where it would work well there because it's just a lot. And when you stack decals on top of each other, they kind of mess up. And the transparency of the decals get weird. So that's it for this house. If you want tours, I'll probably make a playlist of all the builds here. Then lastly, this one, Pantheon. So this is, if I were to describe this build, it's clone. It's clone tool. So this build is a showcase of what you could do with the clone tool. So I built this. Okay. So I built this 2021 still, and almost all of the building, I could pick it up. Oh, you see, all the building almost all of it could be moved from that thing. Let's see, let's cancel that. So this uses a lot of the undo trick, and it turned out really well since imagine if you had to do all of these manually. But because of that, I only really had to do one section, then a few sections for this thing, then these are also uploadable. So although this looks like a lot of work, it wasn't actually that hard. So that's why I really like this build. Looks like it took a lot more effort than it actually did. But at the same time, the amount of detail, just even though it's not really that hard, the amount of detail it put out, it's so worth it. So nice. So this is the outside. It's pretty simple. The outside's just like fake buildings. Nothing really special, but yeah, nothing here. But this is really the focal point of this build, like statues and stuff. Wow, this takes me back. So yeah. Well, the Oculus. I haven't visited this place IRL. I want. So that's very tall. That's all my 2021 builds. Let's go 2020. I haven't even 22. No. I have like two 2022 builds, 2023 builds, and it's not on my plot. So let's go 2022. So one thing is, sorry, making things custom really burns you out. I just say that. It's like one of the things why I stopped building for a while since I kept thinking myself that I needed to make things custom, but as I'm building now, I'm glad that I changed my style to going for a more like a larger to a smaller approach. So I just customize stuff that I think needed to be customized rather than before that I start out with custom stuff. It makes building a lot quicker and easier. So I suggest you doing that. But this is actually a shell challenge. So this is one of my favorite builds. It looks so clean. Like how the textures just mesh well with the lines. Just makes it more polished rather than like weird. And yeah, looks like paneling, which wasn't really intentional, but that's just how the texture worked. So this is the contemporary Adobe, which is a shell challenge. Like this is a custom stair. I'm glad that it sometimes tricks people thinking it's a real stairs because I really worked hard in this. So yeah, stair desk here, couch with a fuzzy rug, kitchen, then we have a pool and outdoor kitchen, then balcony and stuff like that. So the thing about shell challenges is you don't really know if you're gonna break rules or not. Since although all the walls were not changed, if you add spaces to the outside, is it really still the shell? So let me know what you think. But I think it's still part of the shell, just not inside. But I think that's the fun of shell challenges is that you could really make it unique if you don't limit yourself to a lot of limitations. Like if you just think about it as the walls, deciding on where to put the roof, for instance. Like I didn't put the roof inside the whole shell. I made an atrium, which is really cool. It's one of my people's favorite spots. The koi pond. They just sit here, watch the play. So we also have bedrooms here. And I like this style. This was custom uh placed, handcrafted tile. You could never. Just kidding. But this was fun to do. I did this because I was enjoying it. So yeah. Also love the lamps. Let's go up. So this is a fairly small house, but it has three bedrooms, which is a lot for this size. So we have a bedroom here and a bedroom here with a bathroom. You see, this is the start of my obsession with outdoor baths. This open to the atrium thing. And oh, here's the other bathroom. I like that this looks like an extension because I need that one. But it was actually. So this house, probably one of my favorite houses I made. Because it's so unique. I haven't seen anything like this on Bloxburg before. And I was really proud of how it turned out. And yeah, my only idea was I wanted to use the rounded stuff because it reminded me of a marshmallow. And juxtaposing that with like the straight edges really worked out in the air. Okay. So next build. Oh, last build. Let me check. Do I have other builds here? Empty plot. Cozy cottage. Empty fire. Oh, we have the Lego containers. We could end on that. So last one. Oh wow, this took a while. It's almost 2 hours. So if you don't know this, this is Casita from Encanto. I forgot when I finished this build. I know I just got bored of this build. Not because I didn't like the build, but I realized the limitations of my powers. That I can't make the inside bigger than expected. Because the house itself was so difficult to make accurate to the real movie. Even though I could just have went with like, oh, I will put the kitchen here and just copy the real kitchen. I really tried to making it all 100% accurate. And to my detriment, that was really hard. And I don't think it was even worth it. But I was really happy with how the whole build turned out. So this is the kitchen. It's actually functional, believe it or not. But I really like this kitchen. Worked out well. I just leave I think, but don't mind that. But we have the kitchen. I tried to be as accurate as I could, but still, I scared me. Scared. Uh, but I tried to make it as accurate as possible. But yeah, you couldn't really make the rooms that accurate since I didn't have much space. If I would do it, I could make them on bigger plots. But what's the point? I don't want to do that. I just want to make everything on a single plot and get it over with. I am proud of the doors though. I use door sensors since you couldn't. It's hard to open them since it's paintings, and it's hard to select the doors like that. So we have their own bedrooms. You can check out the tour. I have a video on it. But it was so difficult, especially since if you see this is the floor level and this is what I decided the balcony floor level to be on. I just wanted to make it really hard for myself. This build just has a lot of bad decisions, but at the same time I wanted it to be proportional to the actual build, like in the movie. And yeah, so I would have made this taller, stuff like that. I'm happy with how it turned out. But if you want to show this is so laggy. And I don't want to tour it all. I know it's my favorite ones. I think it's gonna be this dude Antonio. I like his room. It's very jungle, but it's also very cramped. Also at the same time, he only had one floor. And then here's Petra, which is at the tower. Then I think who is the Isabella has a good room as well. Only she has the balcony. So that's it for this build. There's a full tour. Watch it, please. Watch. Last build is the oldest build I have. Although I started in 2020 or 2018, the oldest build I have is from 2019. Just because I only had three plots and I had to delete builds. But I have a build older than this before. And I had like two castle builds that were like my old houses. And I had the Mediterranean build, which was like my oldest house, my first house. But I don't have pictures of that, so I couldn't show you anything. So this is the oldest build I have, which is a Lego container mansion. This was inspired by Brampy's Lego container house or Lego house build. So these use, I think, maybe I changed it to basic shape. Oh, it still use the tables. So these use the festive tables. So I haven't touched this build forever, but I still wanted to keep it. It's a fun hangout build. So yeah, so this uses all of the old stuff. I still do these stuff, but this was the time I also fill up cabinets. It's so enjoyable doing it. So organized. Over here, we have the limited edition Halloween candy baskets that are no longer available. And over here, we have my trophy collection. I don't have all the trophies here. I think where were the other trophies here? I don't know where they went. I have the trophies here too. Maybe I put them somewhere. I don't know where. But yeah. Oh, this was my old meme build. But yeah, painting of a waterfall. This is the face you do back then. So upstairs is the bedroom. Entrance upstairs. And that's pretty much it. If you really think about it, my style has like very similar things in common. Like if you look at it and compare this with the modern mansion, like this tower here, it's pretty much that on the modern mansion. It's very square too. But I think that's just my style now. Oh wait, if you also look at my modern builds, pretty much everything goes straight towards the stairs. But that's just how I am. I just want easy access to everything. I just want you to be able to like walk into everything from like one direction. So yeah, I think that's all the plots I would show you guys. So yes, goodbye.